Good morning. This is Pastor Lyn with Lyn United Methodist Church. We continue on with our 38 days until Easter. 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. So they gave a dinner for him there. Martha was serving them, and Lazarus was one of those reclining at the table with him. Then a large crowd of Jews learned that he was there. They came not only because of Jesus, but also to see Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. Bethany was but a little place, yet it held a spectacle that was hard to shout down. There went the doubters to watch a once dead man eat. Lazarus may have been the first person in history to attend his own funeral dinner. It's enough to make a blood run cold. But then look, Jesus sat eating right beside him. Was the phenomenon containable? Perhaps scores of villagers even crowded about the house to peek in and have a look at Lazarus, back from the dead and eating once again. The Pharisees, attending this resurrection sideshow, realized the wonder and yet did not retreat before it. They realized that if Jesus was going to be stopped, they needed to kill both Jesus and Lazarus. It would do little good to kill Jesus and leave Lazarus alive. Someone who was formerly dead would always stand as proof that Jesus, who had raised him, was someone of note. Perhaps what is most remarkable about this highly observed dinner is that the Pharisees never saw the wonder of it. They were out to kill Jesus' reputation, even if they had to kill Jesus to do it. They could no longer widen their vision to see the wonder of all they wanted to do away with. Get Jesus was such an agenda that they could no longer open their hearts to the sheer glory of watching a former dead man eating. So much for the Pharisees. How about you? Do you trip into church several times a month to do religious service of one kind or another? Did you hear that a child was just received Christ as Savior? You ought to stop and rejoice and congratulate, but you've never got the time to wonder about it. You have your own separate, smaller religious agenda to carry out. Do you, in keeping your nose to the religious grindstone, say, "No time for wonder. Out of my way with all things glorious. I must attend to the religious. I have no time for the vital"? Well, let me tell you, be careful. With such preoccupation, the Pharisees lost the wonder of Jesus' mighty acts and forged a crucifixion. Bottom line for today is this: to behold the Christ should call to life the wonder and worship of lying dead within us. This is Pastor Lyn. Have a good day.